Come closer. Let me tell you something that nobody prepares you for when you start working in home care management. Sometimes you have to make decisions that will really break someone's heart and still stand on it. So, boom, a caregiver walks into the office. Normal day, nothing crazy. She comes up to me and she says, "Can you give me a reference letter?" Now I'm thinking, okay, cool. We do that all the time, but something in my spirit just said, ask more questions, and I did. And I've learned this the hard way. When something feels off, it usually is. So I'm like, okay, what's the reference for? She hands the letter and she's talking about a background exemption form and all that stuff. I'm like, hold on, because now this is not just help me out real quick. We're entering territory where I have to be very careful. So I tell her, come back Monday, I will look into it, because something about me is that I'm not going to rush into a decision that can come back and bite me later. So I go and check everything. I do her background, and when I tell you, it came back not eligible. And at that point, my whole mood changed, because now I already know what I have to do. I don't like it. So she comes back and I sit her down and I explain to her, calmly, respectful, no attitude, because these things can happen to anyone. And before I even start, finishing the whole topic, she starts crying. And she tells me, I'm going through a lot, I need this job, I don't have anywhere to go. And in that moment, I felt it, because I'm not cold, I'm not heartless. I understand that life happens to people go through things, but here's the part that nobody talks about. You can actually feel bad for someone and still not be able to help them in the way that they want, and that's okay. And one of those moments was this moment, because as much as I wanted to say, okay, don't worry, we'll figure it out, I actually couldn't. And this is where a lot of mess up in roles like this come from. They let emotion override responsibility, and I'm sorry, I can't afford to do that. Not with people depending on us. We have a level of trust involved. So I told her the truth, and I said, I understand what you're going through, but I can't move forward with this. And you could just see it on her face, like everything dropped. That moment stayed with me, because nobody claps for you when you make the hard decisions. Nobody sees that part. They just see the outcome. But what I've learned is being in positions like mine is not about doing what feels good. It's about doing what is right, even when it feels uncomfortable. Even when it feels like you've made a bad decision or you've been the bad person in someone else's story. And if you can't handle that, this field will break you. Because every day is not just smiles and thank you so much. Some days you are the one delivering the news that nobody wants to hear, but you still have to stand on it because you have a business to run. And that's something I had to learn very quickly. So if you're ever in this space and just trying to get into it, it's not just about being nice. It's about being strong enough to carry the responsibility and still lead with empathy. Both. Not one, both. And trust me, the balance will test you. It's called emotional intelligence. I'll see you in the next video.